Welcome back to Tran Plays Night of the Dead. I'm going to have to raise this drone control sign up a bit, since if I'm looking at the top half of this switch, it says wall sign right, and if I, try to interact, I get this uncomfortable menu instead. Let's go ahead and switch this on. Normally I would leave this off, because when drones are doing stuff, picking up things or whatever, it ends up making my interaction with these tables re-tick down. So let's say I wanted to create an entire stack of 11 Molotovs, or more than that. Once the drone does something, it goes back down to 1 every time something occurs. So yeah, that's a little uncomfortable. I understand it's trying to update my base inventory. It's also part of the reason why it lags so much when I click. Here, let me show you how much it lags. Let's say I wanted to make lumber, right? If I click once, that's how far. I even moved the mouse away so you can see the delay on that. I am carrying all the gold bars because it's time to trade in for wand, but I would need some gold bars for the upgrades we're about to do, and let's go ahead and reforge our axe up to level 7 or whatever's max we can afford to do. We have Duralumin, another Duralumin, and now we are at max. So we need to get 2 Duralumin out of storage because we need 25 to harden it. Hardening things raises the tier of that item. And we'll showcase what that's like. It's just basically another format of upgrading. For the time being, we have replaced the flag with 2 solar panels, and because Iron Ballista need the solar panels to work, otherwise it won't do anything.
It's better than walking.
Unfortunately, I still haven't come up with a good way to keep enemies from trying to get inside the base. We have the little gap there. We've got mallets and springboards, and that's probably the best thing is the mallets and springboards. Realistically, the absolute best way is to not even have a connection to the ground, just like this right here. So it does make it uncomfortable getting out or in. However, we can always pick this up. And notice that the Iron Ballistas actually did not have energy to run because the solar panel was pointed down at the ground since our vehicle was trying to dismount from the ramp. Okay, I built bridges to the desert so we can easily take our APC rather than driving across the world. Normally, for me to get to the desert, we drive from here to Redwood Shelter all the way up here and through this next town and then back down here. I have built a bridge from here to here, and a bridge from here to here. As with one of the previous episodes where we went to a dungeon, the catacombs, I went what I call whole hog or whole ham, where we expended resources, but I was going to load my actual progression to before we spent all those resources. The reason for this is I don't think you want to watch me slowly pick at enemies with a bow trying to get through the dungeon, as I would normally do so. So instead we're going to bring out an assault rifle and all the ammo I have in the base. I made 68 sticks of dynamite as well. Did I miss my turn? I think I might have. Yes, I did. Because all my buildings clip through the vehicle, it shakes a little bit when I'm trying to back up. But yeah, I won't be picking up every little bit of loot the enemy drops on the ground. I might check a container and just sweep up what's inside as part of naturally showing how the game normally runs. I'm trying to look at the river to see where my bridge is. I think it's over here, because I did try to clear cut. But as you're chopping trees and running from tree to tree, zigzagging across, you don't actually make a straight line. I do have absolutely plenty of cement and stone. The drones can work at a range of 25 and will automatically do anything with that category. It's kind of like in RimWorld where you set your guys to haul. He'll probably haul everything in your whole base. Well, in my case, I have my guys set to reload. He'll reload everything, even though I don't normally reload the quarries, because realistically, I only needed to reload them once, and then I had enough stone to probably last me for most of the game. Because I have like 90 of those quarrying machines. One by itself before I modified the game settings to make it double production, because I make it 2 times. I got like 16 bricks and, I don't know, we'll say 4 cement. That is absolutely plenty to make, a decent sized chunk of wall. With 90 of them though, and now double, I've got stone for days. Now we're on the branch leading us to the jail, which we've already cleared earlier in the previous episode. Jail's right over there. We'll turn right after we pass this radio tower. I also killed all the zombies from this cemetery so I could clear cut towards the next bridge. And we are now crossing into the desert. The first time I built this bridge, it crashed. I built straight through all the way to the end, and then I saw that I needed to raise the bridge a little bit, so I started stacking bridges on top of bridges, and it crashed. I don't know if that was it. So in this case, I stacked one higher bridge, which has to be a half a bridge each, to overlap, every 10 bridges. So every time it goes up, that's 10 bridge marks. And now we are in the desert. Wasn't that so much faster? I will have probably edited out my desert trip to get to this point, or in the previous episode when driving around the map, but this one I'll probably keep because I did manage to hold a conversation during that whole time. We're now going to move on over to the desert mine, one of them. And in fact, this desert mine is a really good place to probably set up a base. See, to harden a thing, it has to be in the mine, as maybe later on I'll be able to harden things inside my own base. But right now, the only way is to find an anvil inside a mine. And next to this mine is a bank. That's everything a base probably needs. I've got improved ballista bolts in these things. Regular ballista can hold 75 shots in its inventory and 1 in the chamber. Iron ballista can hold 1,000 in its storage. I'm not sure I actually killed anything though. But these are the best ballista and ballista ammo I can produce right now. Here's the mine. I can run over lamp posts and elephants, but not over little cactus bushes like that. We need to be able to turn back to the north, so I might as well pull the APC over here. And this is where we're parked for the time being. We're heading to the dungeon after we do some quick reinforcement to our gear.
Feels like someone's watching us.
Vehicle. Oh. Hold on. I'll have to borrow some rubber out of this top chest. There we go. Take one of that from there, and then we have enough. Yeah, because I put motorcycle parts in the bottom one to make it easy to shuffle. And I have enough parts to build another APC with 10 chests, as well as a jet ski in the top chest, which doesn't have resource enable sharing, so that way I can keep the jet ski available. Because I can't see, normally when I want to pack a motorcycle, I build it in base and then I demolish it and carry the inventory and store it wherever I need to. But you can't do that with the jet ski because it has to be built on water. Period. I don't like that. Look, if I want to build it on land, even if it won't let me move it, let me do it. Don't worry about it not being functional. All right. Anyways, we need to go ahead and refuel this. Didn't like that I built out on a slope. Maybe the wheel sunk in the ground. So the bank is just right over here, right in front of the mine. Just turn left, and you see where those construction barricades are? You can't demolish those, so those are just part of the road fixture at this point. But the bank's right here. A little saloon-looking thing. We will need some ingots in order to upgrade. So I'm going to sell all but 20... Wait, oh, that's buying. Okay, I'm going to sell all but 28 ingots. I have to click it? Yep, really? This is the only thing that there is to sell here. All right, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and that should give me all but 28.
Shouldn't mess around with
no, I'm apparently over one. That's fine. Buying and selling, thankfully, is the exact same price.
Worked so hard
This should,
just to go shopping.
if I did all the math correctly, hopefully I did. Obviously, I didn't that time right there, but if I did all the math correctly, I should have just enough gold bars to upgrade some stuff. Yeah, you need the gold bars in order to upgrade your items. It's just part of the cost. It's a little weird, but sure. I also need to buy some things here. An interesting thing. Okay, so this is to upgrade from tier 2 to tier 3, you need aluminum ingots. Duralumin goes from tier 3 to tier 4. the titanium goes from tier 4 to tier 5, and then titanium gold goes from tier 5 to tier 6. Even though titanium is higher in the tier list, because of the pricing difference, it's actually cheaper won per ingot than Duralumin won per ingot. We'll need some of these. We'll say we need, oh, that's not that many. We need 13, so we get a stack of 25. And for this one, since we're just recording, spending resources, and not worrying about the price of anything, we're going to buy a whole stack of 25, which is a substantial price. This is incredibly expensive because of the gold ingot. This is what it takes to harden your items, and I haven't done so yet on our playthrough.
You can't just leave me behind.
Well, I've never heard that. That's cool. That's funny. That is new. Oh, sorry, Grace. This only seats 2 people. I mean, I feel like you should be able to hold on to the back of that, especially with Kimberly balancing on the APC like she did before. Or we should be able to build an extra moped, or not moped, the thing that Robin rides in the original Batman stuff. Slap on our gas masks. Okay. First off, for our quest, we need to upgrade a tier 2 to a tier 3, and the only tier 2 weapons I have is this machete and these pickaxes and whatnot. So we'll just go ahead and do the machete for the time being. It's going to cost me 25 aluminum ingots, which is painful, but alright. There we go. That will accomplish that quest.
How about upgrading armor and accessories? Let's go for the tier 4 weapon, bro.
Okay, that unlocked 2 different quests, but we'll do the armor and accessories first. Oh, I don't have a tier 2 armor piece on me. Alright, well, just know that under craft quest 13, there was harden armor tier 2 to tier 3. I don't have an armor piece. I do have an accessory, this belt here, but that doesn't count for the armor. And these are all tier 3 items. Yeah, that won't count. But we did get another of the very same quest. Improve weapon for performance, weapon tier 3 to tier 4. Let's try that. This is a tier 4. Do we have a tier 3 weapon that I want to upgrade? Maybe this bow, I guess. Yeah, we'll just do that. Okay. And that should accomplish that quest.
If you want to reach that tier, you have to temper it in a more hip way.
Now he wants us to raise weapon tier 4 to tier 5. That's fine. It just keeps going on and on. So now he wants us to raise things from tier 4 to 5. As you can see, it goes on and on. But now we're finally up to my axe. If I had done the axe first, then when I eventually upgrade and unlock those quests, it won't have counted. So I would need to upgrade another weapon. This will go from 195 to 234 damage. This is essentially at 40 points of damage. Actually, if I equip the axe right now, my damage is at 1143. Upgrade this once. So now we're at 234. We'll go up to 273, another 40 points of damage. And now we're at max. Can't harden, maximum tier, 273 damage.
Get ready to face the zombies with a more powerful weapon.
I'm up to 1400 points of damage per swing now.
We found a lot, but none of it seems useful.
See if I'm allowed to ride under this thing, or if it's an invisible wall. That looks good. Let's think of also our food buffs. There are multiple satiety buffs in there, and they kind of overlap. So something that might have required good meat. Good meat is the one on the lower left. I stacked good meat onto different combo dishes. Remember, you can only have 6 food buffs at a time, but stacking the same kind is okay because it's a completely different new buff, as in a pizza buff or whatnot. Okay. We're ready to go. head to the military base. We can see the radar dish over there in the distance, so it's easy to drive that way. Can you actually kill anybody? Let's see if this iron ballista can kill somebody. Three hits. I'll say that the first two missed, because I saw it go past, but maybe it went through them. Yeah, if it does kill anybody, it's just not worth it. Remember that to build the improved ballista boat, which I'm using, requires a full log as well as iron ingot. To build the basic one requires something like branch and iron piece. If it's not going to kill them anyways, I don't even know why I bother. Maybe it killed someone there because I don't see anybody was firing at. We are bringing the radio card, mutant substance, and transmitter. Let's head on in. Open the door and move with communication room. I suppose you mean moon too. Let's try to get these guys triggered before the... Oh, did I bring a... Yeah, there it is. Let's try to get these guys triggered so that way we can get the dialogue to appear without all the fighting. Oh, it's not even a one-hit kill or anything. Now, unfortunately, if it does spawn more zombies, like, there might not be more zombies than this spawn. When we walk down, more might spawn, and then they would trigger. I thought about going back to main menu and redoing that take, but this is fine. I left it on ×5 experience right now, but since we're not keeping this progress anyways, I think it'll be alright. You can kind of have seen them plop down on the floor. Can I shoot that from here? No. It's easier to aim with hip fire. I don't know why. Oh, probably because the gun doesn't take up half the screen. Again, we're trying to clear out the immediate zombies so that way we can... That way we can have the dialogue without all the fighting.
What an impressive bunker. Naturally, I'd expect a fair share of zombies in such a place. Subterranean facilities always seem packed with the undead. I wonder if there's a tantalizing smell down there. Let's head to the communication room on the 3rd basement level. We can't afford to waste any more time.
Now, the zombies do take a while to hit full stride. Like I feel like it anyways. Maybe it's just animation. Pecking at them with a bow. If you spread your shots out, it can actually slow the horde down more than focus fire. That's not even counting the damage animation, because you might not even make them flinch. But our character is glass cannon build. He's got all his points spent in memory and strength, just for the sheer damage value.
Seems like there's something nearby.
Apparently that guy has a wrist-mounted crossbow. The screen panning is actually very slow when I don't have a weapon equipped. I feel like maybe it's not any different. All right, he takes a lot of damage, or my characters just don't do any. All right, whatever. Okay, that does not... The door we opened. Level 3 axe, okay. In State of Decay, you could just knock open doors and any zombies on the other side would fall flat on their back. It was great. Even though this weapon is absolutely superior to what you would normally be bringing into this place, that required 2 hits to kill the soldier zombies. Unless I hit them in the head like that. Sure, all my weapons are loaded up. What does it do? Didn't even kill him! Did that hurt my own teammate? Hold on, let me throw it right at Grace. No, I didn't. Okay, they've just taken that much damage from the fight itself.
Feels like I grabbed hold of the thread of life.
Alright, that is the quest target objective. Who are you tracking down, Kimberly? Trying to get Grace not I don't want to get sliced up by that. It won't kill her, but it's needless. I wish your AI was good enough to dodge traps. I hope they eventually make that a thing. Is this the boss room? Kimberly apparently must have been a skater. She just kind of grinds her way down the guardrail. Is that what it's called, grinding? I tried skating once, when I was a kid. I mean, not really seriously tried. I got on a skateboard once, and I was not able to get it to do anything other than make me fall off of it. Alright, this is not bad. I mean, that's a lot of aluminum ingots we can smelt down. The bone armor anyways.
Is there anything tastier?
There's a lot behind
Time
here.
really flies.
I'm hitting R to reload, but the game just insists on not letting me do so. I charged into the room because I feel like when I'm trying to flamethrow into a room, I do less damage, which also works for you, because when the enemy wave approaches, the way my base is set up, I can ignore probably like 80% of the enemy flamethrowers. I'll still get hit occasionally. Come on, let me reload this gun. Any reason why this is all spiked up? No, it's just ammo locker, I assume. Yeah, it's ammo. I'm hitting F. Even though it shows up, it still won't let you do anything with it.
Something's going to happen.
It's not really doing much. Who are we in battle with? Oh, it's not, still not a door. Alright, also, hold on, let me rescue Kimberly here. Since we're not necessarily keeping this progress, we'll go and level up Kimberly real fast. Slap in points for my memory. Grace, we'll just slap in points in judgment. And then for Kimberly, we'll also just put everything, all 80 levels worth of experience into judgment. Unfortunately, you have to click one at a time, and while that might not normally be an issue because you're putting in your point as soon as you level up, do remember that there's a reset function, so when you do that, you'll have to put all your points back in 80 clicks, or however many levels you are. Then you have 3 people. Alright, she now has 88 judgment. She's at 244.8 defense, and Grace is at 255.7. So let's see if that keeps her from keeling over. Let's go ahead and make her take painkiller. It's okay. You can be generous with that, Kimberly. Got 2 doors. And that looks like it moves on. Let's
We should check how our
close that for now. Even if we're not going to loot everything, we should at least fully explore the dungeon for the video. Apparently this is also... I wanted to make him trigger his flamethrower. I don't think he intended to do that, but that was pretty cool. That zombie was stuck on top of the gas canister, so he punched down, which is what zombies do when they're feeling frustrated and don't know what to do. So then he blew up the gas canister. What is this? I can find infrared sensors. I'm trying to reload. I want to enter this fight with a full canister. I was hoping to get through the doorway so that way I can maximize my flamethrower damage. Kimberly's still taking a lot of damage, and I don't know why. Or maybe she just never healed at all.
I've never tasted any.
Money. For the world. I'm sure Endorna... Well, I guess we could take a look. Is Endorna on here anywhere? I mean, I guess it's probably too small to show up. Although I can funnel them better in the doorway, they don't take as much damage. I'm convinced that I don't do as much damage. Even when I open a door inside town, and I try to flamethrower zombies as they come out, I can be there for a while before anyone even dies. I hear them. I would say it's the other door I didn't go in, but the thing is that door leads in the other direction. Like, right? Yeah, it leads that way, but it sounds like they're from this way. Is there another door? No, I don't see anything. Let's go and repair my flamethrower for a moment.
Be careful.
you guys wait here for a second and let them come out. They don't take damage from traps. Yeah, so you see how fast that guy died? Wait to see anybody else and they won't die that fast. From what I've been able to machine translate and read about the game, the developers had no inspiration for 7 Days to Die, but they are inspired by tower defense. I guess I can see that. Zombie survival and zombies attacking at night isn't necessarily solely the domain of 7 Days to Die. And these are Korean developers. They might not have played that. Up ahead, I can see a trap. Getting my teammates past this is probably going to be annoying. The game really needs a go there command, where you just look somewhere, press a button, and you guys head to that objective. Maybe even interact with it, such as search a container. Especially if it's meant to resemble tower defense, which is what the developer blogs claim. Let's see if I can get our characters not to run into that spike. I don't think it's so, but they managed to block it, I guess. Slap on iron armor, a full set, and now I'm up to 294 protection. Apparently she opened the door for me. Alright, thanks. Let me think here. I don't want to necessarily give you my axe, because it's two-handed, and I want you to be able to block. We'll go ahead and top you guys off. Let's see here. Reload this. This is good. Start. It's going to be... let me make a quick save here, not because I'm worried, but so that way I can just go ahead and start fighting. Actually, no, we can just stop. And then walk in, trigger the dialogue, and then step out.
This man, by the communication device, he looks like Dr. David from the notes. Somehow, he seems as if he wants to thwart our plans. We need to tread cautiously. You need to carefully repair the radar.
Okay, now we'll fight. Yeah, all the dialogue always takes place during fights, and it just makes it hard to listen.
My body feels stiff.
What the? There's like a Devil May Cry battle attack right there. I've never actually played that game, but I know a little bit about it.
Now that we've dealt with Dr. David, let's repair the radar. Let's carefully search his body. We might stumble upon a crucial clue. It would be wise to ascertain what secrets the door was keeping.
We got a nutcracker? Come on, game. That's stuff we find in the first area. Early in the morning, I rushed to the lab at the call of Dr. Cleon Raven without even washing up. The doctor had already arrived, and a few other people were showing up as well. I asked them what was going on. For the past month, the doctor's irritability had been increasing, making others uncomfortable. So it's a stark contrast to the successful result of the experiments. Repair radar device.
The radar finally started working. I'll now take a helicopter to that island. Dr. David was a senior researcher in the New Humanity Project. Looking at the doctor's notes, it seems he knew important information about the zombie situation. You should follow the whereabouts mentioned in Dr. David's notes first. Head to the town in front of a nearby mine.
Looks like it's going to be a long journey.
Okay, I was not expecting any sort of cutscene. That was kind of cool. I've seen better cutscenes, obviously, but still, this game has not delivered in that in the past. Can I chop you? Oh, almost. I see the doors on both sides. Let's get you guys to just sit tight for a second while I open both doors. Apparently this is not actually a door. What do we got here? I must have missed a room, because the battle music's still playing, and I hear sound somewhere. That being said, inside the very first dungeon, you could hear enemies on the surface as well. Those guys, my teammates will get kicked out once I leave this area, because it'll despawn the dungeon. Oh, right here. This must have been the one I missed.
Be careful. You turn into
Yeah, see how fast they fall once I get inside? But I'm fire throwing in front of the door and nothing happens. Oh, come on. The ballista's hitting someone.
Too.
Oh, killed at least one guy. Must have been a wave attack, because there's no reason for there to be a research data right there. So that's probably where the music's coming from.
Someone's watching us.
You said nearby town. That is not nearby. That's, if the island is this big, which I'm assuming it is, that's the other side of the island. Thank you very much. Alright, let's drive that way.
That was easy. What now?
Yeah, there's no road through the military base, so we'll have to back out. Alright, and I'll take you with me on this journey, rather than cutting it out this time, since this is part of the storyline mission, which does require us to move across the world. So, we'll take the main roads. This time I brought aluminum pieces to repair my APC, so it shouldn't be too bad to drive through stuff. It'll be more fun. Well, I guess I could end up blowing up my storage container, so that wouldn't be good. Along the way, we can see if my oil drill that I put in the desert counts for the refinery quest. I put it as close as possible to the shelter just to maximize efficiency, because according to the quest log, it looks like it should count. But it's definitely not inside the building area at all. Oh, you'll see when we get there. That leads to the mine right there. We're now cruising through. I did a fairly good job cleaning the main street here. I don't know where you came from, but alright. So I've shot my gun several times to kill all the zombies in this area. I'm assuming you just spawned or something. I've definitely have seen spawns. There's a warehouse in that town where if I open the door, I'll see zombies in the same corner. And I've cleared everything within a 1-block radius of that area. Just to see, like, are you guys warping in because you're trying to determine where you spawn? So just out of curiosity, morbid curiosity, I killed everything around it. Or, they'll say 3 buildings away. And they still spawn inside that little warehouse room when I open the door. As you can see, this is about as far as I had cleared. Now we're getting to zombie-infested territory. Not that they could never catch us. Unless I were to flip my APC over, I suppose. And even if I did that, then my solar panels wouldn't work anymore, and the iron ballista would no longer fire. So I'm not even sure it's worth having the ballistas on there. Well, I guess it did kill some enemies. Managed to get through the little settlement. We're now approaching the oil refinery. So up on top of this hill, you can kind of see the shelter above our solar panel right there. Up on top of this hill, we'll find our oil derrick, and I'll open up my journal. Man, I barely managed to avoid hitting it. Just again, because I wanted to do unnecessary damage to our vehicle, but it's something I could easily repair. It just seems needless.
I'll drive next time.
Yeah. The quest itself, I will be an oil tycoon. You can see it's a big red circle here. We open up our map. We are near the corner and below this little smiley face. Look here, there's the smiley face, so we're definitely inside it. Let's see if this counts. Yeah. And this is as close to the shelter as I'm allowed to build it. Otherwise, it counts as forbidden area. Let's also go ahead and disable this next quest because we don't really need to worry about that. I'm still blowing up a car by ramming it. Does more damage than hitting those signposts. Or lampposts, I mean. It's a nice quiet road, because we did clear this side of the oil refinery. And we got 40 crude oil from that, didn't we? That's double. Remember that in the normal area, I might get somewhere between 6 and 12. Then in our desert, let's hit this goat. It didn't even die. In the desert, we got maybe 20. And then in the oil refinery area, we got 40. I'd set up just a drone station and stuff here. And if we turn right here, that should lead us out of the desert. Hi, bunny. Bye, bunny. Vehicle's glowing a lot, but I think it's just because the solar panels are reflecting light onto it as we're driving. Otherwise, it looks like our vehicle has some sort of ambulatory siren. I'm not even sure that's a word, ambulatory. I assume it is. Are we heading the right way? No, we drove too far. Sorry about that. We needed to have turn left at that instead of turn right. I was thinking we needed to turn right so that we can continue going clockwise around the island and enter the green area, but I can see the green area right there. Yeah, actually, earlier I was mentioning that it was weird that the game was bouncing me between region to region, such as we started maybe over here, and then we had to hit this for silicone, then go back up here for, I forget what, but it was something necessary to repair the transmitter. Then it had us go back down here to go inside the mine. I was like, that's weak. You make me bounce all over the place. It would have been faster to go from here to the silicone, then to the mine. Well, that's because this area is water. I don't know if they intentionally did it that way so that you could avoid the water, but yeah. I haven't edited that video of that story mission yet, but when I do, I'll probably put that in the captions. I try to put, all things I discover after I have recorded it into captions. But that's not the only editing I do. I have a really big stammering problem. That's one of the reasons I'll probably never successfully stream. At least not until I can get over it. Yeah, it's probably an odd dream of mine to want to be a star, but or someone with a stammering problem. But I think there are other people who have had huge issues and were able to still reach famous levels of status, such as Scatman or Sylvester Stallone. He had difficulty speaking, not necessarily stammering, but he had difficulty speaking. We are now in the western grassland. It's pretty much the same area as the first, except tougher.
You can now upgrade the base to a new level.
Well, those look like new things. Those are not fire-crawling zombies, are they? They look a little bit beastlier.
The western western plains of Aderna are territories of zombies that use poison.
Trying to find a straight away I can open my map on.
It seems there are zombies that absorb electricity from their surroundings and let it flow through their bodies.
Okay, that's still quite a ways away.
There's a huge department store in the western city.
Oh, I see electrical zombie. I mean, we can only assume because it's a blue zombie. That's what the color they generally have, you know. We'll have to go off-roading, I suppose. There might be a road that leads to it. It says, move to town in front of a mine. We'll follow this road. It'll give us a better lay of the land. Goes a deer. I've not stopped hearing the battle music this entire drive, but it's probably because the day wave zombies are trying to still chase me down. Like they spawned while we were doing the dungeon, and I just never killed them, so they're continuously probably teleporting in behind me and trying to chase me. Down this road, it looks like. Is the house in front of us? One with all the blood? I think so. Alright, that should let us broadside.
There are no more police left to maintain order.
Yeah, we're 20 days in. I think I know that.
Lightning. Getting quicker in the distance. Slow down the attack. Becomes the best part.
We'll just let them fire. Apparently they don't even care they're getting shot by my ballista. I don't really want to draw everybody else if they're not chasing me right now. Found a clue. Interaction, torture marks, take. This thing? It's katana?
This is truly horrific. The experiments conducted outside seem to confirm my suspicion that they caused this zombie situation. The next location is a residential area.
I guess it's a machete. It looked like a very small knife to me. Or large knife, I mean. 3% leech HP, 90% drop rate upon zombie kill. That's fantastic. Too bad we're not actually keeping this around, but that's actually really good. Not as good as my rabbit knife, which I don't think I'm carrying on me. Yeah, I'm not. But it's tier 5. I don't know if the tier 5 rabbit version through hardening will be as damaging. Still, it's pretty cool. I am a little sad we're not keeping this around. Alright. Jeez, game. The dude said that we can now upgrade. I guess it must have been you. Was it you? At some point while we were driving through the town, you said, like, you can now upgrade to the next level. It probably was. Not sure which quest that was. So we had HUD off, so that way we could enjoy the drive a little more. I do feel awkward having boarding Grace, boarding Kimberly, 12 food icons, health, and satiety bars, all up blocking our APC. Is this the way we want to go? Hold on. Nope. Let's turn around. Alright, we're probably going to flip over at some point during this. But let's do our best to avoid little rocks. It's the rocks that'll just knock me flat on my back. That one zombie's bouncing on over. Is that a two-headed zombie?
Have you seen the zombie called Scorpion?
I'm afraid to say I have, yeah. Now, in case you never played Mortal Kombat, the one that I used to call the Scorpion, the harpoon-throwing zombie, I call him that because there's a fighting game called Mortal Kombat where he... Oops. Stuck, I can't...
Taught you how to drive.
You know, I was trying to move forward, but he was completely stuck. There's a fighting game called Mortal Kombat where he would yell, "Get over here!" and throw a harpoon at you and then yank the player, his target, over to him. Generally followed by an uppercut, but it could be any combo. Uppercut was pretty much the most basic of moves that you would learn as you first started harpooning other people. But it's probably not fair for me to call him Scorpion anymore, since we do have the new actual unit named Scorpion. You can see that I've down to about, we'll say, 70% of my life. Is this the way we want to go? Not sure. Very likely. I can see the airdrop from here. You can see the little smoke clouds in the distance. I'll point right at it, where my solar panels meet. Oh, that was close. Not that I'm scared of the damage. It's just for the same reason I don't want my teammates dying. It just drops them down to 0 hit points and I pick them back up, Gears of War style. Though you can't crawl or fight or anything. But yeah, it's just for the video. You kind of want to have some sense of coherency.
Soldier, beware of the electric stomper.
Actually, we'll turn right.
Yo, buddy, who wouldn't want to try out someone else's car?
Now we can finally learn Car Thief from the sounds of it. There's a mutated rabbit. He drops a rabbit foot when killed. Actually, we could kill him now and use that to compare the torture knife. Oh, you already picked it up. All right, let me take that from you. Okay, it is 36 damage, and the torture knife is up like 100. Yeah. Those day wave zombies are working so hard to try to catch me. We haven't stopped in any one place long enough for them to warp in behind us and then run to us.
You've arrived at the residential area. I'll be arriving at Andorna Island soon too. The safest point for landing seems to be the airport. Please investigate the residential area until I arrive.
Just wanted to know where I wanted to go. The game wouldn't update the compass at all. Let's see if I can manage to flip over. Push! Alright, fine.
Feels like someone's
I'm faster than you. Come on, Grace. There we go. Although the AI will get stuck trying to board your vehicle by running into the back of the APC, the game does not let them board it from there. So I'm pretty sure a player can. I think they should fix that. If the APC is going to get stuck on it, they might as well let them enter the vehicle from there. Is the building on my left? I think so. Here, let's just stash my stuff real quick. We'll throw away the dynamite. We don't need that many gas masks on us. Actually, the plus 10 damage is superior than... Where's my sniper rifle? Did I put that up already? Yeah, let's get rid of that. That's always so disappointing. So let's say I had, I don't know, a axe that does plus 3% damage versus an axe that does plus 10. You assume that given that I do 4-digit damage, that the plus 3% is way more. But it seems to be maybe of plus 3% of that weapon rather than of your actual attack power. So it according to your character stat sheet, it's actually less valuable than a flat plus 10 damage. I don't make the rules. That's just how it is. If it were a Diablo style game, yeah, percentage bonuses would be the king. Like 3% of 1,400 would be so much more than plus 10. But as it is, the plus 10 brings it up from, let's say the torture knife had the plus 3% and it had 100 damage points. What are you firing at now? Alright, you guys are so noisy, I kind of want to take this out. Yeah, let's say the torture knife had 100 damage and 3% attack power. That'd be 103 damage. Or if it had plus 10 attack power. Alright, we'll leave it as is. It's got 1,000 shots, so it's not going to run out anytime soon. Yeah, but if it had 10%, it would go up to 110 instead of 103.
What happened? Shall we warm up?
Yeah, everybody get in so I can close this door. Alright, fine. I'll close the door and you guys fight. Dr. Cleon Raven conducted biological experiments on civilians with the help of General Gregory. Even if it's claimed to be for the advancement of humanity, there are doubts about whether it's the right thing to do.
This is Dr. Davis' notebook. The experiment notes indicate that Dr. Cleon, who led the project, and General Gregory were involved in this incident. I'm about to arrive at the island. Come to the airport. We're finally going to meet. Let's solve this case together.
Well, I don't think it takes a genius to know that this was not the right thing to do. I don't know why you have to ask. Airport is down here, so we need to go southwest. Oh wow, my vehicle's down to half-life. We'll repair it when we hop out. Turn left at the next intersection. I did actually bring enough components to build another APC and 10 storage chests if we got stuck somewhere or this APC blew up. I've got materials. Oh, and in the last video, I'm sure I probably will put captions for this. I did actually bring my jackhammer and chainsaw. I just ended up handing it over to a teammate to hold on to since I ran out of inventory space, and I was surprised the game let me. I later did mine the desert mine off camera, and yeah, your teammate can use a jackhammer, they're just very, very bad at it. They sort of sit there staring at the ore for a very long time before trying to use it, in which case they pretty much just waste the fuel, because they don't seem to be doing any appreciable damage to the ore node. Actually, what we could try... No, I don't think I can... I was going to say I could intentionally flip my vehicle and then hop over the wall, but it's not like I can jump that without... I mean, I can jump and scale it, but I don't think I can jump carrying the thing, because my jump is just not that high without the mantling.
As you keep repeating, you'll naturally acquire the movement.
I feel like the quest pop-up disappears too fast for me to actually see what quest it is to look up in my journal later. Not only am I driving, but I also maybe look visually at his captions to see what he's saying. Oh, I see the airport. Just gonna find a way in. Probably on the other side. I'm probably driving on the wrong side here. Yeah, fence does end here on this side. Oh, no, never mind. It just didn't draw yet. Right. So close. So close. I believe in you. Alright, well, while we could hop the fence... Oh, Alright, it's fine. While we could hop the fence with enough tries, I think we want to go through the building. Probably not only is our objective there, but I do want to show what the building looks like. I still kind of want to hop the fence nonetheless.
Are you driving too recklessly?
A little bit. Yeah, I can actually chuck the vehicle over the fence this way. This is fine. I did notice that when you're driving to the starting city, you'll see a signpost that says airport and point in a direction to the starting city. It's like, there's no airport in that area. I kind of wondered if it maybe was just a default asset that they purchased. Because there is a little park area that is in the second and third towns that say, like, do you need more assets? Buy with this number or QR code or something.
You're getting more and more into the world of architecture. You've made quite an impressive transformation with your workouts. Looks great, doesn't it?
Huh. Oh wait, it's in this. It's in this right there. I knew I brought aluminum. I'm just trying to get my ballista to quiet down. And the next time I record with the APC, we're taking those things off.
There's a titanium mine in the grassland to the west of Antorna.
I'm waiting to see if they ever kill it. Now, the ballistas might be striking my teammates though, and it disappears that way, but...
People once lived earnestly, sweating their way through life, have now lost the meaning of life and memories of the past, turning into zombies.
It does so little damage, these zombies don't even care that they're getting shot by it. Any new mods today? Let's turn you guys off on synthetic
Now
object
I
looting.
can finally rest. With better gear, we can overcome the situation.
Even a full set of armor, that one slap took on a whole notch of energy from me.
Good fighting.
Alright, airport terminal secured. Not that it's necessary, but I felt nice. I've wanted to kill a bunch of things.
It's time to show our strength.
Trying to headshot her, so I keep missing. Well, did she drop a grenade or something on death? I don't see anybody like throwing something at us. Yeah, I might regret this, but let's see what this guy's like in close combat. And the Scorpion as well. Okay, it is not... No, it is a two-handed zombie. It's kind of like the creature from the forest. Caterpillar or whatever. Protect Kimberly here. Make her take a painkiller, unless she's run out. No, she's got plenty. She's just trying to be sparing with them, but you don't need to. We got this. If this building has zombies inside... Yeah. I'm surprised you landed here, frankly. Without having me secure the area. There must be the day wave zombies finally caught up to us. I would get to the helicopter, but let's finish scouting out the building. Let's see if this is worth anything else than normal. 1 fuse, 6 nails, 1 plastic, 1 rubber, 1 iron plate. That's it. Alright. Not necessarily worth it. Let's see what's down on the first floor. Basic stuff. Basic food. And mods.
Attaching a high magnification scope and a suppressor to a firearm can give us a significant strategic advantage.
Alright, later, I'm taking your helicopter.
It's good to see your face. Do you have the mutant substance with you? I've always been curious about Andorna Island, and finally I'm here. Probably zombies spread worldwide through this airport and the adjacent port. By the way, the helicopter needs some maintenance. In the meantime, I should investigate the port. Ask the pilot how long the maintenance will take. Then, once ready, we'll head to the port.
Okay, so this is worldwide. I guess that does explain a little bit why she was not thrilled with that one sergeant who we found before here in the shipyard, saying like, "Hey, if he had brought important information, he could have saved, I guess, more of humanity." Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of people here who died on this island, but I thought it was confined just to this island. No, it's worldwide. All right. Also, why do you bring not enough to maintain your helicopter? I mean, I guess you couldn't fit a necessary blade on there, but I brought enough to make a whole new APC. 2 motorcycles and a hoverbike. Not a hoverbike. I keep calling it a hoverbike. A jet ski.
Nice to meet you. I'm Tyler Bennett. I worked as a helicopter pilot for a long time at the military base on Andorna Island. A lot of supplies are needed for helicopter maintenance. I'm going to a nearby shelter to gather supplies for the helicopter. There's a shelter I used to use with my colleagues. It would be great if you could come to the shelter and help me out when you have some free time. Then I'll contact you once the helicopter maintenance is done. Let's get started on our respective tasks.
Let's head to the harbor.
Alright, I like him better than Walter Wagner. He's talking about how he's going to help out and do stuff. I know he doesn't. I'm sure he serves the exact same purpose. You know, you go to him for a random survivor quest, but still, his personality is his in-game ambitions. It's all much better. Move to the harbor. And that is further south of us. Okay. This has been repaired. It's at 99%. Let's fuel it up. I think I brought enough fuel, right? R for refill, G to fill that up.
It's better.
Man, I found like a 6 or 7 coil slot bone armor. We were finding so much good stuff, but we've already committed. the direction.
What? The legendary naval commander, Admiral Yi Sun Sin?
Yeah, a little bit of an awkward name for a game that is translated into English. I've noticed when we first started punching and kicking after we were born in the hibernation chamber, whatever you call it, it sounds like an Asian voice line or Asian voice sound effect. Hi. I did see from a distance that side did not have a left turn, but I didn't know that there was going to be a wall right there. I just figured we would leave the city and go into the forest. I knew the rock was there, but I was trying to avoid it. We managed to ski Encino Man style. Can't see anything with the way our view is, because it takes place behind the shoulder. In this case, behind the vehicle.
You've arrived at the port. I'm currently searching through documents. There must be an important clue here. Let's look for it together.
I'll drive next time. Something's going to happen.
Interestingly, you can completely reload your weapons while you're in the vehicle.
We were just getting started.
Make sure there's nothing chomping on the vehicle. How did you get here? How did you get here first? Many passengers are showing abnormal symptoms like aggressive behavior or drooling. According to this psychiatrist's diagnosis, these are just minor mental disorders and completely unrelated to any infection. Therefore, preventing such passengers from leaving is considered a violation of human rights. Psychiatrist Leon Rabel. Let's shut up these zombies so that we can have our dialogue with Veronica Grimes.
It never ends.
Alright. Peace and quiet at last. Grape Kimberly Grace, can you follow me inside? Alright, just stay still and stop jumping, man.
Oh no, this clearly indicates that Dr. Cleon deliberately spread patients infected with the mutant substance outside the island. I can't understand why he would do such a thing. Dr. Cleon worked at a nearby hospital. Let's go to the mental hospital.
The next destination is the psychiatric hospital.
back north. This is the airport. We went from here to there. We can probably surmise it was the similar idea where they wanted you to curve this way. So yeah, I can kind of believe this waypoint system that they got going on. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But still, Veronica, how did you beat us here? We drove through all the zombies to get to this point. Walter Wagner, I can kind of, we can give him the benefit of doubt, and you know, we didn't have vehicles at that time. We'll check the map. It is outside the city itself. You would think my APC would just be able to one-shot somebody by running into it. There is something that's packing, it says, but let's still turn in this direction nonetheless. No, it's not packing. Panorama. City Mall. On our scavenging run, we are definitely hitting that. I see the hospital. Oh no, it's fire department. I just saw the big red letters. That thing up ahead of the hospital? It looks more like a school from this distance.
Have you heard of the rail gun?
Given that it wasn't the combat guy who said that, I'm assuming it's just a turret rather than a thing we can carry around. Yep. Oh, mental hospital, that's right. That's what the kind of hospital we're looking for. Yeah, I can see that being a mental hospital.
Yeah.
Still no idea why Kimberly's so much worse off. I mean, the only difference is the qualities. But they don't sound like they would do that much, give her that much protection. It has to be the only thing left. Let's take a look at Grace's coils. She has level 2 invincibility, which is just a 3% chance of invincibility when she gets hit. She has a parry upgrade that gives her more range. I'm not sure what
Shall we
that
take a
exactly
breather
means.
for a moment?
More surface area that's covered? I don't know. Super armor is a 20% chance to be immune to stagger, but you're still going to take the damage. And she does get 1% of damage leech as HP back, but she doesn't do any damage. She does 25 damage, and then that's before the negative 40% to zombies. That must be that's the only thing different between the two of them, is that coil distribution.
Got any decent equipment?
Guns are loaded, let's head on in.
Have you arrived at the mental hospital? I'm in the research lab on the 2nd floor. Come up here.
I would like it better if if Veronica left a trail of bodies, just to show how badass she is to make it through all these zombies. Generous application of flamethrower. Cures most zombie problems. Did I manage to light him on fire through the door? I guess I must have. Yeah, I guess it does reach that far. Given how many zombies just stream down those stairways. I would like to see some rationale to how these NPCs get to each quest location. We'll have to let these all zombies come out so we can get them to shut up.
Something's going to happen.
I was about to open that. You can even hear the door crack open. That guy busted out of that one. That's one that probably emerged from the stairwell. I expect the body to collapse after a few steps. I don't know what game that's from. Maybe one of the Resident Evils. Probably the remake. Punishment cell. sure.
It seems there was a conflict between Dr. Cleon and General Gregory. General Gregory was overseeing this experiment from the underground of the Special Operations Command. We need to see for ourselves what kind of experiment took place there. Let's move to the Special Operations Command. I have the access card here.
The Special Operations Command seems to be on a remote island.
Good camera work. I kind of figured it was going to be like that because the game wants me to stand here. And I did talk to her knowing that. I just figured it more. If it was the way I predicted, it would be in a ridiculous perspective. I still hear the dog growling outside. Alright, that is the next main story chapter. That's going to take me a bit to catch up to what we've accomplished, because we do need to check out these respective towns and get all of these books. There's so many books that the game wants me to deal with. We definitely have to do some scavenging runs. I hope that you're willing to stay tuned and join me when we get to those story missions. Thank you very much for Tran Plays Night of the Dead. I'll see you next time.